This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of My River District. Today, I'm sitting down with Tim and Mark from Century 21 In Studio Realty, Inc. I had to check my notes.
Yeah. It's very thorough.
Yes, there's nothing on these notes. It's just for show.
Yeah.
Honestly, and the cups are empty. It's all just made for TV. Anyways, hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys have made quite the name for yourselves in the, Owen Sound and area real estate market. I think you guys have more TV experience than I do.
Well, we do quite a bit of video, and that's a lot of fun. So,
Yeah. Video's probably become one of the most important things in our business. It's been very helpful to help get the word out and help showcase different aspects of real estate. So, yeah, it's a powerful tool.
Oh my gosh! Recently, I just saw one of your videos. I can't remember what the premise was exactly. Obviously, it was the two of you guys fooling around.
Yeah.
And you were staging something, and it just really went haywire.
Yeah.
And it was like something like what not to do or something.
Oh, was it the point of view? You don't need a real estate photographer?
That's exactly
the
it.
camera was turned around on him.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I thought that was just fantastic.
It's a trend I saw on Instagram, and I was like, Mark, we need to do this.
Yeah.
Get on my back.
At first he's like, get on my shoulders.
I'm actually still sore from that. That took 4 takes, by the way, and it was not easy. So
Counts as a gym, though.
It did. I didn't need to go to the gym later that day. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get a lot of muscle on them. Sorry.
Big bones.
Just being nice at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so video. You guys are doing a ton of video. And how does that translate to what you offer in terms of real estate?
Well, it kind of probably maybe we got together in the business. I think it's been 2 or 3 years now together, and we always did kind of some video on our own. But we just thought generally most video you see is just kind of people introducing the house, and then the camera takes it away. But we thought there's room to make it more engaging, more entertaining. If we can really tell a story about the home, try and keep the customer watching and really speak to them like why this house could be a good fit. What are the highlights? What did the family that lives there now love most about the house? And so yeah, that really kind of has taken off, where we both kind of are on camera together, try and make it engaging and exciting. And
I mean, video too is just such a common medium now for most tech that it just kind of seamlessly finds its way into people's
we all get
everyday,
our content
right?
through video.
Kids are always saying, "Oh, my friend saw you having breakfast. They're on YouTube TV or whatever." So
on YouTube TV.
well, I guess people use YouTube instead of just instead of cable, right? No offense to Rogers.
They're on YouTube. Yeah. All these shows are on YouTube.
Keep your cable account.
That's right. Just being very careful. Okay, so you guys are out there now. You're on social media. You're taking a big hit on all of these. Not a big hit. Sorry, that would be a wrong term. You're taking all these like big steps into getting into this engagement space with the younger demographic and stuff. So is that the kind of demographic you're specifically looking for, or are you guys really willing to work with everybody? What do you guys look for in a client?
We look for, and we're willing to work with, in a small market like this, it's harder for anybody to really niche down into one particular specialty. Like you go to Toronto and you have, downtown condos only, or beaches, waterfront places only, that type of thing. So it was a bit of a smaller population here, so we tend to be exposed to a wide kind of mix of buyers and sellers. And I think the people we try to attract are people who are sorry, this does get edited, right? Sometimes too.
We'll just edit that out.
Yeah. People who just value hard work and integrity, and want a little bit more from their experience. And we say your vibe attracts your tribe, so we try to put out a good time, and it brings like-minded people.
I like that. I need a shirt that says that.
It's my side hustle is t-shirt company.
Amazing. Okay, so tell me a little bit about you guys selling real estate in Owen Sound. Like, how long have you guys been at it?
Well, I think I'm just coming from 5 years. You're maybe 6, but we both, like, I moved here from the East Coast in 2012, met my wife here, and did nursing support work, and then I think 2019 or something like that, we got into the business. And about 2 years in, I was like kind of bugging Mark, hey, like, you know, we're both in Owen Sound. We're like basically like competing with each other. Well, not really, but we're both from the same office. Why don't we just kind of join up and combine? And it took him about a year to really understand that would be a good idea for him to do. And then I think
slow grind.
I think we're now like 3 years where we've both been kind of part of the team together, and it's been
Is it 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years, coming up on 3. Yeah. Yeah. So
He actually he had nothing going on, you see, and he's like he wanted to partner. No, joking. No, about,
Begged.
yes, begged him.
he was persistent though. That's right, and he brings that to our business for sure.
So you guys partnered up then during COVID.
I think it was just
It
before.
was a year. It was
Just-
January.
What does it say on the hat? Established
Oh yeah, good.
2020 is what it says on there. Established 2020.
Where are
so
your notes?
I guess it's 4 years.
It's all a blur.
4 years.
But,
So yeah.
I started just before Tim in 2018, and we moved here from London
Okay.
in 2017, and I was actually an employee of Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of small world. And just it's something I always wanted to do, and the opportunity opened up, right? So
Why did you come from London?
I was going to ask that.
Oh, sorry.
that's for sure.
I'll just leave.
Tim, consider me here.
Viveca has gone.
Yeah. I'll let
Why'd you
lead into
come
that.
from London?
For real?
Yeah.
We moved here because we just it was just time to look for a change, and we've been kind of vacationing up here in cottages and all that. And one day, just kind of something just kind of sunk in. It's like, you know, why not live where you vacation? You know, instead of getting away for 1 week a year, you know, live somewhere where you can actually feel like that every day. And we thought it was a beautiful place and a fresh start, and just, you know, a great spot to raise our kids. And
It's a good spot to raise kids.
well, you know, it really is.
I was raised here, and clearly I'm perfect.
It came out real well.
Born and raised?
Pardon?
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Left for a couple years, came back later.
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why are you here?
My wife is from here.
But-
So
So did you meet her and then move here?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So since I think 2011 or so.
12?
Yeah, been here. So love the place. I didn't like it at first compared to the East Coast, but then it really has grown on me.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, like, I love the you know, how close to the water we are, and how you can get from one side of town to the next in like 10 minutes. You just got everything you need. You really can't beat it.
Right.
If you're looking for like a city kind of vibe, but you want to be close to the water as well, and you don't want to be overly busy, it's a really perfect spot. So
Yeah. Less than an hour away from the mountains if you like to ski or snowboard.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
Well, Rand put out a really awesome article last year. I don't know if you ever saw it, but why isn't Owen Sound like the outdoor venture capital of Ontario?
Yeah.
And it's literally they rhymed them all off, all the features and amenities around here, and
Yeah, Sauble, right there.
Sauble, mountains, caves, you know, skiing, hiking, biking, water.
Yeah,
you
you've
know.
got it all.
Friends are like, how far is the beach? It's like 10 minutes. You can be
Yeah.
anywhere up here and be 10 minutes from the water.
Except on long weekends.
Okay, 20 minutes.
Well, we all know the back ways, so it's fine.
That's right.
Well, that's amazing. So now you're both here, you live here, you've started your businesses together here. What are you looking for kind of in the future as real estate kind of changes and develops?
Tim?
That's a good question, and I don't really have a great answer for it. I think we're always just kind of thinking about how we can improve the customer experience from the time someone chooses to want to work with us to, you know, from the moment the deal closes, and then of course like how we can present, you know, a house, right? We're always asking ourselves like, what moves the needle? What can we do that's gonna like set, not necessarily set us apart as real estate agents, but like give the client the best chance to sell their house for the most money in the quickest time frame with the least amount of stress, right? Because it's such a huge,
It's the dream.
Yeah, it really is. And it's such a huge financial thing for people. Like a lot of people from the outside looking in, they just drive by the for sale sign, right? And they don't really think much about it. But when you really think like what a for sale sign means to someone, it's like life changing. It means, someone's either upsizing, they're downsizing, they're moving on from the family home that made, so many memories. And it's an incredibly emotionally triggered experience for people. So there's so much that goes on in a real estate transaction. I don't think people really fully understand like the complexity to these things. So we're always kind of thinking, what's in it for them? What can we do to really, maximize the experience for the client and help make sure that they walk away in the best possible shape that they could. Yeah.
I'm sold.
Yeah. And I don't we have no real we're looking to do this. I don't think we, we're just always kind of thinking, okay, what can we do to improve and not stay in the same, right? So
you've got to keep changing or get left behind, right?
Evolving with times and market and technology.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it as well too.
Well, I mean, you guys clearly love playing with technology. If we want to circle back to that, is that something you guys have in the office, just your team? What does that look like?
Well, our office promotes video and tech right from the beginning, pretty much from the ground up. So we all kind of are surrounded by that, and we have a lot of great staff that are very excellent at what they do. So that helps a lot. But yeah, no, Tim actually sold me on really pushing the envelope with tech, and he's a pretty good guy behind the scenes with all his little gadgets and gear, and we're actually just building a little studio like this of our own.
Oh, really?
So we'll have kind of like a home studio.
I guess that could be what's in the future. Like eventually, it's been in it works for like a year now, but it's just like it just kind of keeps getting pushed, right? But just to do some more video. But like we do have about 3 full-time videographers at Century 21 that do everything for us. We don't have to call someone. That's kind of one of the niches of working there is we can get someone very quick and they do it all. Like they film us. We just got to show up. We do write, we do put some significant thought into what we want to say. I'll write a script for most houses and then we're ready to go. But
there's a familiarity too. They know us, they know how we work and stuff like that. So,
but we got someone that shoots it, edits it, and puts it out for us. It's to all the agents at Century 21.
Which is a great skill. It's amazing how much work goes in behind the scenes. So kudos to all the tech and the camera people out there, because it's a skill and it's like an art when they it's pretty cool to see.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in this studio in general, the setup alone is
amazing.
Super complicated. I just have to show up.
Yeah.
I actually put some makeup on today, so that was really good.
Yeah.
But I just show up and I just sit down and they run everything. And it's so nice to have a team like that behind you.
Yeah.
Now, in kinds of filmography and things like that, is that a word? That is a word, right?
Filmography? Sure. I think so.
Filmography?
It
is now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Trademark. Anyways, what kind of stuff do you offer? So like photographer or photography, and you guys have a videographer. Mm-hmm. You have a drone person?
Yep, they do everything, and they have to be licensed and all that for drone operation. And there's a whole thing with, is it Federal Aviation Canada, something like that? And so they do all those things. And we have staging, we have home staging items that we keep, plants, decor, prints, that type of thing. So we'll have a consultant go through and kind of assess a house and what needs to change and just tweak here and there. And we can do digital staging if the place is completely empty. So that's always pretty helpful too.
Our goal with the house was basically to do everything possible so that that we wouldn't waste people's time. Like someone shouldn't really come through one of our listings if they're not really interested, because by the time they go through, they will watch the video, look at the floor plans. We also do those little 360 spinny things of the room. So, and then obviously read the description. So it's really like a package where it really presents the house well online and also saves sellers time, because sometimes, if you can't really get a good idea of what the home is like, you got to go through it, and then there's nothing worse than one's not interested, it was too small or it was too this, and it's well, you couldn't have saw that online or something. So that's kind of, we try and do everything so that it looks good and minimizes people's, doesn't waste their time.
I want to talk more about that when we get back.
Okay.
And we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Gord Chapman. This is Ken Williams, and we're co-hosts of Weekend in the Rink on Rogers TV. Great minor hockey being played on Saturday afternoon. We got a great lineup this year, Ken.
Looking forward to another great season, Gord. The hockey's been fantastic over the last couple of years, and why would this year be any different? Looking forward to some great hockey. Rogers, Weekend at the Rink.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
All right, we are back with Tim and Mark from Century 21 in Studio Realty Incorporated. I didn't have to look at the card this time. Mic drop, I'm out. Yeah. And we were just talking about kind of the tech and stuff like that around listing a house. And I was really, really curious about the 360 videography that's happening. Can you explain that to me a little bit?
Yeah, so there's these fancy, expensive cameras that they put in the room and they like spin in circles.
Like quickly?
I think so. I actually don't really watch it, to be honest.
Okay.
There's
You're not
a
allowed to
couple
be in the room at
different
the same time.
There's a couple different options you can get, but basically, yeah, they just spin around in the room and capture it all. And then I think someone has to stitch it together. On
Software, software does it.
I'm not really quite sure, to be honest, but yeah, they're.
So it is essentially like the Google cars then,
Yeah, I think so.
like
yeah.
the Maps cars, but like
Yeah.
on a very small scale
Yeah,
and in one position.
Yeah.
they're smaller. Yeah.
And then they'll take that, they can make floor plans out of it. They also
Right.
make those little dollhouse 3D images that you can pan around.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it
that's-
stitches all those together and.
So it's becoming a thing too, where people will use that now for, I mean, your cell phones can do it. You can do sphere photo
Okay.
settings, and you can do like 360 photos, and it puts it all together and to make like a panable.
We can test it out.
I'm still trying to figure out how to take a photo that's not blurry.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I listen to YouTube on mute or on another window?
that's right.
That's a good question.
Why
Are we
YouTube?
losing track of tech? Are we getting old?
Who's running who here?
All right. So you guys are a real estate team. Let me bring this back. And so what do you guys offer that other people don't necessarily? Why would I want to work with you?
Tim. You get Tim?
Mark. Yeah. No,
Oh,
I think like I thought about that. I think, well, probably like the main, is a lot of people do video and do a good job at it too. We're not the only ones. There's a lot of other agents out there that do a good job. So, we do certainly try and bring an energetic, engaging element to it. But probably I think one of the most important things really is just the combination of the two of us. We both have different strengths and weaknesses. And we tell people when we go see them, like, you get both of us. I have this running joke. I'm available 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mark's 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. 24 hours.
Great.
You can call one of us and we're always available. But really it's that and just the experience and whatnot that we've kind of earned over the years. That you get. I don't know if you have a different take on that, but
Well, I don't know. I feel like we kind of got into real estate in the last 5 years. So there's a older, kind of way of doing things and an older version of real estate. And we've learned in the now. And it's a highly personal decision who you're going to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can go out and find 100 really great realtors, but we try to make it a fun experience and honest and transparent and just value added and value packed, and hopefully that people walk away, like Tim said at the beginning, just feeling like they got the most out of that experience with us.
Right. Can
makes
people
sense.
interview their
yeah.
real estate agents? Can we just sit down and have a
Yeah.
coffee and chat about what
Yeah.
you bring to the table?
All the
type
time.
thing?
We
Yeah,
just lost
often.
one last night. Just got the email this morning. We're not working with you.
often we go to the house and like have 3-4 people out, and which is good. It's like a big transaction, obviously, so you want to have a few different people out and get their opinions and
We actually encourage people
go
to
with
do
whoever
that. So instead of just
resonates with you.
Yeah, like you go around, you shop for a fridge, you shop for a car. Why would you
should
shop
shop-
for a realtor? It's
right.
a big, it's got to be a good match, right? So
Right. You're going to be spending $1 bajillion with them.
and
so.
time. Like for a little while there, we get really really up close and personal with people and involved with their everything. We get to know them really well, so it's got to be a good fit on a personal level too, right? So
I like that. I like that. So tell me about how we can get in contact with you if we want to maybe set up one of these calls to start working together or that kind of stuff. Just tell me how we can reach you.
All of our social media content has links in the bio for our Instagram page, YouTube page, or Facebook.
And what are those handles?
Tim?
I think it's Mark and Tim Real Estate. I honestly haven't checked in a while. Mark and Tim Real Estate Team, I think, is on Instagram. Same with Facebook, which is Mark and Tim Real Estate Team, or you can Google us as well. Yeah.
Awesome. And so is this true then that you only work during the nights? Are you a bat?
He's just a
You a
vampire.
vampire?
He's ready to go to bed. He's very tired right
Yes, I've been up all night.
Working?
Getting offers.
Showing people houses?
No, we do. It's funny. Like a lot of times, like some of our emails are like 11, 12 o'clock at night when we're just kind of going back and forth between us because it's like work day, family time. Everybody goes to
You can
sleep.
text, right?
Yeah, but we'll be, still
Emailing
kind of,
each other instead?
Well, like
texting
Google
too.
Chat. It's kind of like MSN.
Oh.
But it's
This guy, I'll have like 3 different modes of communication. He'll have me on chat, text, and Google Chat at the same time.
Well, they're all for different things. Each stream has a different tone to it.
That's right.
So
Well,
one's
no,
more-
he's just
one's
running through 3
business,
different devices.
One's memes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Focus, Tim.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to tell our audience about yourselves as real estate agents, about the market, if they're a first-time home buyer or a 12th time home buyer, or they're coming from the city, or they're coming from way in the country? Like, just tell us about that a little bit. Tell us about the market and who you're working with and what it looks like.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's probably different for like each one of those people. Like if you're a first time home buyer, you're probably feeling, frustrated. Prices have come down actually quite a bit from the peak of COVID in 2022, but things aren't really actually more affordable because interest rates have went up from like 1.5% to like 5-6% now. It's actually probably your monthly payment is probably more expensive now than what it would have been, but your price is cheaper. So, that's obviously frustrating than people who are downsizing or having the problem selling because the houses are a little higher end and it's harder to sell those. So there's different emotions and strategies for each kind of person that's involved. In terms of like the first time home buyers, I know it can be a challenging topic just because of affordability in Canada. There's such a lack of supply of homes, and there still is. I think I was reading a CMHC article, like we're short 3.2 million homes by 2030. We're still going to be short. So there's still going to be this problem of prices and affordability for the future, right? So a couple of things we like to tell people or things we're seeing is co-signers is happening quite frequently now, either parents or we've helped people where 2 friends are combining and going in on a home, which can work really well in some circumstances. The other thing, like probably one of my favorite pieces of advice is people who are looking to buy the first home is to look at a duplex or a triplex. You can move in and you can rent out the other side and it can give you a little bit of income. And you only need 5% down. Whereas if you buy your house and then you want to buy a duplex after that, you're going to need 20% down. So if you can start with an income property and then 5 years from now, maybe you have a family or you want to move on from that, you can actually keep that as your investment property. And then you only have to pay 5% on your home that you want to buy. Oh. So it's a really good strategy. And often the bank will also be able to approve you for a little bit more because they can offset some of the money that the property makes to help you with your financing. So it's probably one of our favorite things. We recommend that. Not everybody wants to do it though, but if you're up for the challenge, it can be really beneficial down the road.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, that seems like a way easier way to kind of get into that market that's so scary and so overwhelming. And oh my God, there's so much money involved.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're going to be paying for this for the next 30 years.
Well, if you look at it, it's like called house hacking, right? You rent bedrooms. If you're the one who can pull a house together and go to school, and you rent to 2 friends instead of them paying $600 a room somewhere else, they can rent from you.
Yeah, I saw some of that when I went to college. Parents who were in a space where they could make those purchases for their children, they would buy the house and then rent them, obviously, like give them 1 room to the child and then the other
and it kind of almost pays for itself.
Yeah.
So
And it becomes an
it's a really good
asset
way.
down the road too. So it's really it's a good.
It's good to jump in somewhere, though. As you know, they call it a property ladder for a reason. You got to jump in at some point and start climbing from there, right? But there are a lot of programs with first-time buyers. You know, they credit almost all the land transfer tax. There's 5% down payments. A lot of counties will match 5% of a down payment until, like, they usually get a pool of money per year, is how I understand it.
Yeah, you got to
when it runs out, it runs out.
Yeah, probably one of the coolest things that, and actually the government of Canada just came out with it. And it's called the Home Buyer Saving Account, and it's actually a useful program. It kind of combines a TFSA and an RSP, and it gives you the benefits of both. You can put up to $8,000 a year in this account, up to $40,000. I think you just have to be over 18, and it can go towards your first purchase. And the TFSA, it's tax-free money, obviously, and you can invest that within the TFSA, and then it's not taxable.
Right.
And then it also has a deduction portion, like an RSP does. So if you put $8,000 a year, you can also use that to deduct that amount of money off of your taxes that you pay every year. So it's got both of those things, and you don't have to repay it. A lot of programs they were coming out with, they would give you 10% down,
Right.
but then you had to pay it back. So it was like nobody used it. It was useless. But this is a really good program. So if you're 18 and you're starting out, like, this is where you should be investing your money saving your money, as opposed to just a savings account. You should put it in that. And then if you're 18, by the time you're 25 or whatever, maybe you've gotten a good amount of money there, like a 5% on the average price of a house in Owen Sound right now is about $480,000. So I think 5% is around $25,000, somewhere in there. So you can go up to $40,000 on it. So it's a really good tool for first-time home buyers.
Well, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
I want to thank you both for coming. We've got about a minute and a half left.
Okay.
And I just want to ask you a very important question. Why do each of you, as locals, love it here? You're considered locals now, by the way.
Yes.
I love it here because it's on the verge of really just becoming a great, almost an undiscovered area of Ontario. I think it's in the crossroads of so much to offer here between, you know, location and amenities and just natural beauty, and it's the capital city of Grey County, and I think it's poised for incredible growth over the next 10, 15 years.
I feel the same way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Top that.
Yeah, no, I can't really, like, aside from, like I said earlier, I love, you know, I've got 3 kids. Like, we're like within walking distance to Kelso Beach Park. We go there all the time. Some of the other beaches around the area, the parks, and it's just, and then you live in the city, right? So you can't, it's hard to have both of those things where you can get somewhere so quickly and still have the amenities, but yet still have, like, the, you know, the outdoor attractions and stuff. So, you know, those are my favorite things of the area.
All right, we've got a few seconds left. I want to present you each with your Locals Love It Here badge of honor.
Thank you. Oh, we want to give you something too.
Thank you so
Ooh,
much.
brought me gifts.
Yeah, I got you a little.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hat. I don't show up empty-handed.
Look at that.
Yep.
Well, that's nice.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire